right, guys, welcome back to episode 8 of Fem Talk with me, your girl KP, where we highlight the LGBTQ community and we talk about issues pertaining to our relationships, the obstacles of living in our truth, and just a safe space for us to have open and honest conversations. Today, we have a super special guest, Rachel Rozay. Rachel, can you please tell us a little bit about yourself, babe?
Hi, everybody. I'm Rachel Rozay. I'm 29 years old. I'm a nail technician here in Las Vegas, Nevada. And I've known KP since we were in high school, definitely most of our adult lives. So I'm very honored and excited to be a special guest here on your guys' show. And ready to enter your safe space.
Thank you so much for coming on the show today. I'm super excited for our conversation. So our topic today is going to be understanding bisexuality, entrepreneurship, and just all things girls. You know, I know a little bit of your background, so I want to tap into some things. So I want to start with the definition of being bisexual. Basically is, you know, being attracted sexually or romantically to both males and females, right? And nowadays, I always say this in all my podcasts, in 2023, you know, everything is a go, you know? So would you
Everybody is for everyone, and that's first of all. Nobody is safe, okay?
No, they ain't safe. They ain't safe.
Nobody's safe. Your man, your mama, none of that, okay?
Yeah, I just, before we get into our topic, because we said that, I just want people to be more like upfront about what it is that they are, you know, because I feel like because nobody's safe, some people try to do things on the low, or like they'll mess with the same sex, or they'll do this or they do that, but then they don't like tell people, you know. And I feel like that.
I feel like transparency and honesty is the first number one key of all communications of all form. It doesn't matter if you're in a relationship or that's your best friend or whatever, but transparency and honesty is always like the best thing. Like, you know, girl, I am very at your face with it all the time. I'll like tell you exactly what's on my mind, exactly when I think it. Sometimes too soon, you know, but nonetheless, transparency is always the best. It doesn't matter if you're messing with same sex, opposite sex, whatever. And especially if you're messing with more than one person, having multiple partners, like you should always be transparent and honest with the person that you're messing with. Hopefully that they're transparent and honest with you as well, so that you guys can always keep everything safe and cohesive for everybody else.
That's facts, y'all. She put it right on the money. So we got to take that advice. So we're going to jump right in. My first question for you is, do you consider yourself bisexual?
I personally would consider myself bisexual. I think that men and women are beautiful. Obviously, I'm a woman. If you're like addressing it towards the women aspect of things, I definitely think that all women are beautiful. They all have something special to offer. I mean, we create life. So that's the best thing that our planet can basically offer. We procreate people, you know, so the only person that could clone another human being on the planet is a woman. So at the end of the day, we have to give our respect and our kudos, our snaps and our flowers when they are due for women, because we really do that. Like,
girl. We do. So I know right now you currently have a boyfriend, but what has your experience been like in the community with other women? Like, did you like it? Was it fun? Was it drama?
Yeah, I definitely like it. I feel like women are just fun in general. We're beautiful people. We all have different personalities. I personally I dress very differently. I can be girly, or I could dress femme, tomboy, like whatever. I can stud it up. I can switch it back and forth, you know. I feel like it's all about like the vibe that people give, you know. I'm very much so how would I describe it? A personality person. I wouldn't say that I'm more so, oh, you're a man or you're a woman or you're blue or purple or whatever. I wasn't raised like that. Like, I don't really see color or gender or things like that. I see the person. I see you for who you are. I love you for you. So I'm more like inside, what's on the inside.
I love that. I love that you said that, because me knowing you, I know that that's exactly how you are. It's so funny though that you said like you can dress it up. One minute you're girly, one minute you're tomboyish, because friend, you are fine. First of all,
thank you.
You're so welcome. But it's so funny because I just be wondering, like, does she get a lot of girls hitting on her like when you dress more tomboyish? Because like you would, I guess if you are gonna label yourself when you dress that way, you're like a fine ass stem. And girl, the bitches be on it. The girls.
Honestly, I've got more reactions from like feminine women, like Fems, I guess we're gonna do labels, you know. I've got more reaction from Fems when I dress more feminine, and they be on it right away. Like we be outside, girl, we be outside together, so you know, you can vouch for that. You didn't see a few things, we've been outside, you know what I mean? So you can vouch for that. That is a different type of persona maybe I'm giving off, like when I dress feminine, vice versa when I dress like more tomboyish or studdish or whatever, you know, phase. I feel like, especially if I'm around other women too, if I'm more dressed like this, I'm kind of gonna tone down my personality a little bit. I'm kind of gonna be a little bit more reserved. I might be in the corner rolling my bleezy or whatever, but like I'm not gonna be like too twerky. If I'm dressing feminine, girl, you know, we outside, we're having fun.
Right.
Everybody, we moving around, you know what I mean? So yeah, I definitely would say that my reactions, I probably get more coming on to me when I dress very feminine. But regardless, I feel like when I am being approached by women, what they always do say to me is that my personality is the main thing that is attractive to them. Like the fact that I am very like stand on everything about my word. Like I have much more of a tomboy personality, you know? So they're attracted to the directness, to the assertiveness, to the aggressiveness. And I feel like that's something that does differentiate between dating men and dating women. Because I could be like that with dating a woman, and that's okay, that's acceptable, and there's gonna be a woman that's gonna go for that. Not every man's gonna go for that same type of energy. You know, there's more options dating that way than vice versa to find a man that's gonna accept those type of qualities.
Right, because you're definitely a dominant person. Like,
for sure.
Yeah, so it's funny that you say that, because when it comes to like your relationships, with you being such a dominant like individual and you have such a big personality, like do you have a preference on what is, let's say, easier to date, like men or women?
I wouldn't necessarily say I have a preference, probably because I'm so personality based. I think me and you have had that conversation before, where I classify myself very much as like demisexual, sapiosexual. Like it's nothing physicality wise that can ever really, like, of course everybody has an initial, like when you look at somebody, okay, they're attractive. You might feel a little, okay, you're fine or whatever, you know what I mean? But nonetheless, like my physical attraction is like, girl, when you get a little thump heartbeat, you feel what I'm saying? That happens for me off of connecting mentally with somebody. Like I cannot, like it's not gonna go for me if I'm not here with you mentally on the same page. You could be, okay, the finest brother on the planet. You could be the finest man in general. It's just not gonna go for me if I feel like you're an empty box.
Yeah, girl. See, but Spread, I feel like that's where you're better than me at, because I be meeting women and I be like, ooh, she fine, knowing she ain't shit. And child, I will still pursue it.
To me, I feel like it's those qualities that physically turn me off from somebody. Like if I know you ain't shit and I know you be doing ain't shit, like my coochie's not even wet. I'm sorry, it's not happening. Like it's not.
Tell Mike to stop, please. Tell her to stop. Oh, that is so funny. That is so funny, because I'm gonna work on it though. But
I'm like, girl, we all got it in us.
Yeah, we do. But that's why I'm glad that we're friends, you know, because I get to learn like things from you and just how to, you know, grow and be a certain way or handle things a certain way. Like I'm really grateful for having you in my life. So I definitely want to talk about something about your background though, because I know that you transitioned from being a dancer to a nail tech. If you guys are in Vegas, make sure you guys book with Nails by Rozay, because girl, yes. But so what was that like? What was it like dancing? What made you transition from dancing to entrepreneurship, and how has life been treating you since then?
I started dancing when I was 18. Definitely a very long journey to get to where I am today. I'm 29. I just turned 29 on April 4th, so happy belated to me. But yeah, it definitely was a spiritual, mental, emotional journey for me to transition from being a dancer or from being in any type of nightlife work or something like that to actually transitioning to being an entrepreneur. First and foremost, I would say that my hardest struggle would probably be like how to allocate my funds, because when you're so used to living like a certain type of lifestyle, to like kind of tone back a little bit, it was kind of hard for me to tone down how fast I was speeding up and spending money, trying to keep up with the Joneses. At the end of the day, the only person you need to impress is yourself. You know what I mean? And we live in a city where the limelight is a big thing. Everybody gets lost in the sauce here. People come here and think, I've heard multiple people tell me that they thought that everybody just live on the strip. First of all, that don't make no sense. You know, like everybody thinks that it's all glitz and glam here, but it's more to the city than that. Don't come here and get lost in the sauce. You know, you always want to have an end goal. Don't get into something and think that at the end of the day, we're not going to be cute for fun of it. You know, you need to have your money, you need to save your money or invest your money, or at least have an end goal. Hey, in 3 years, I want to have this much saved. In 5 years, I want to have this much saved, or whatever your quota of time is. You know, you need to make sure that you are not just keeping yourself in a position, acting like it's a stepping stone, but staying stagnant to where you're at. You know, I also suggest people to find a damn hobby, okay? Like, I'm really sick and tired of girls out here thinking that popping coochie and smoking hookah is the thing to do every day. Like, I get it. Like, I like hookah too, as much as the next girl. We know we smoke hookahs together, okay? I got hookah in the house. But nonetheless, having a business and being able to pay my bills on time and being able to take care of myself stably and financially, mentally, you know what I mean? Those are important things. So making sure you get a hobby and you transition your hobby. Maybe one day you can build a business from your hobby. Doing nails was my hobby at first. So I always was into beauty. I am a 3P. I have a cosmetology license and a esthetician license as well. So this is my license. Always been in the beauty industry. It was always a thing for me. I used to have a really nervous habit of biting my fingernails. So in order to get over that, I started painting them myself. I've always been an artist, you know that. So I transitioned my art to nails. And with doing that, created a hobby for myself. I'm like, okay, I was going to school and dancing at the same time. Okay, had a 7:30 p.m. shift at Rhino. I had to be there by 7:30 or I couldn't clock on. Was working from 7:30 to about 2:33 in the morning. Had to wake up again at 7 o'clock in the morning to get dressed, be at school by 8. I'm at school from 8 to 5 o'clock at night. You know what I mean? Like, everybody got to make sacrifices. You got to decide what's worth it for you. You know, is that the lifestyle you want to live for the rest of your life? That's fine, but that's not for everybody. And fortunately for me, it wasn't for me. You know, I was able to see what you can build from that, and I was able to decide what I wanted from it and to take what I wanted.
I love that. I love how disciplined you were, and you mentioned earlier about basically being goal-oriented and having a plan, because sometimes people do get lost in the sauce, you know, especially with living in just a lot of people like to tell you live in the moment, and it's like you can live in the moment, but to a certain extent you also have to be prepared for the unexpected, you know, because if you live in the moment every single day, you are going to look up in 3 years and boom, you still ain't got nothing. You know, so I think that's some really, really good advice. I love that you were able to get in, do what you needed to do with dancing, and then get out, you know.
I know that, but like, make sure you keep the people around you in your circle real tight too, because that's another reason why I feel like a lot of girls that come out here and work for maybe like other cities, or fresh 18 girls that just start dancing, like, because of the company that they keep, they're never really going to get the proper shot that they deserve, you know?
Yeah. And it's funny that you say that too, because I agree for sure. I definitely think that sometimes people get into doing things like dancing or whatever else they may be into, and they just, that's it. That's all they see for themselves, you know? So like, what is some advice besides, if anything, having a plan that you would give them? I know it's having your goal, having the right people, but what else can young girls do?
You know, intuition, you know? There's a lot of times that, like, my gut was telling me that I'm, like I just said, spending your time with the right people, you know? My gut was telling me that certain people that are around me who are trying to tell me that they want the best for me really didn't want the best for me. And you got to understand that when you're in that type of lifestyle, you're making money fast. There's an opportunity to make upwards of over $1,000 every day. You know what I mean? So you could be making that money real fast. The next person sitting next to you, you might think that's your man, whatever. Y'all might have been together for forever. Somebody that might not have touched that money or don't know what to do with that money or whatever, they're seeing you in a different light now. You know, so you have to be aware of like how you transition in your life with your relationships, with your partners. You could even apply that to your family life, your everyday life. Stuff ain't always the same. Your mom might ask for some money, your dad might, your auntie, whoever, you know what I mean? You got to decide what works for you. You know, you got to watch the people up around you because not everybody has your best interest at heart.
Girl, I know that's right. I really do. And it sucks because sometimes like the people that you want to have your best interest or the people that are around you, they put on a good facade to make it seem that they do, you know? So it's hard to read people's true colors. Like I'll be the first to say I'm not always the best judge of character. I've gone through a couple of different friend groups because I was thinking, oh, these people are solid and niggas wasn't solid, you know? So I love being
friends with people for 2-3 years and you blink and you look up and you're like, wait a second, like this is not how we was before this. Like our relationship has completely changed. I thought you was my life and I'm like, you dying and I'm writing. That's a problem.
It's a problem. The intentions do not be pure. That's what it is.
Well, you know how it is about friendship. It's never
girl, we like okay. We so I have to know. I know that all different types of people come to the strip club stuff, right? But like, did you ever have to dance for like women? If so, like, what did you prefer for women? Because they're more just
love it.
Yeah, I feel like they're less tacky.
Yes, a lot of girls at the club, I feel like when they're working like other dancers, they see couples come in and they're like, oh my God, it's a couple. Like they think the wife is gonna be all like, don't touch my husband, like blah 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 blah. And I'm like, oh, a couple, like okay. Because I mean like what? I have a really big personality. So a lot of the time, being one person one-on-one, instead of me being like this all ugly, I gotta kind of like tone it down a little bit with two people that's more personality for me. That's another person that I hate to change and show more of my personality. So I just select couples for me. And the wife is pretty happy, but I've definitely had like a situation or two where the girlfriend really wasn't all that. But I mean, girl, you chose to come here with me, so yeah, that sounds like a y'all problem. I personally love that type of stuff. Like when you're dating, I love going to strip club, and I think, especially in Vegas, I think it's so cool. Here, I mean, after 4 o'clock, all the strip clubs have the best food anyway, so keys to success if you live in Vegas. But girl, like I have wings, you know.
I'm yet to go. We gotta go. We gotta go.
Girl, it is definitely a vibe for sure. We have to have a man to take us, which is something that I hate about Vegas. That they don't let women enter into the strip clubs without a male escort.
Why?
Because they think like, okay, say me and you go in there together, right? We have fun. We gonna spend money. We gonna enjoy ourselves, right? Now we sit at the bar and the group then comes to us and they're buying us drinks and whatever, right? So that money could have went to the dancer, or instead of us taking up their time, they could be speaking to a dancer, or like there's other girls that do other nightlife activities, and they, you know, what if they're going into the strip club and sitting at the bar? They could be taking the dancer's potential customer, you know?
Right. That makes sense. I never thought about it that way because I was gonna say, wait a minute, is that a sexist thing?
But it makes sense, but nonetheless, like, yeah, I can see where it could go wrong, but then, like, I have friends that are all girls that love to go to the strip club and spend money, you know what I mean? But it is what it is. I think there's only one strip club in town that is not like that, and it's, like, a very hip-hop strip club that's very carrying on places.
Yeah.
I've seen girls, little, like, girl parties go there, so.
See, that's what I want to do. I want to go look at some finance women, throw some money, get a little lap dance, and, you know, just buy it out. Like, I just over long.
That's why you gotta have them take us so they can fire lap dances.
Yeah, I was gonna say so they can hand me a stack and I can spend their money.
You know, that's actually something that my homies love doing with me. Like, whenever like my groups of guy friends come out here from LA, they always take me to go to the strip club because they're always like, Rozay, like I get it, you know, you do a lot of the girls' nails, you know, a lot of the girls
career now. So how has your success been since becoming a nail tech?
Well, I graduated like 2 weeks before COVID hit. So at that time I was in like a long-term relationship, and well, first off, my person didn't want me in school at all to begin with. Like, he did not believe in the dream. He did not believe in all this. He didn't get the vibes. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to you. I'm with you. But I feel like that motivated me even more to go harder, and because I graduated like 2 weeks before COVID hit, all else was. So I kind of, took it upon myself to, low-key underground for a second. I was doing nails on flow, obviously I needed all the practice that I could have got from the jump. So definitely got all that practice in. I'm doing back-to-back sets. I was booked all day, every day, because nobody had anywhere else to go, so that gave me a practice that I needed, the exposure that I needed, the word to mouth that I needed, and I started out that way. Honestly, it was a very organic growth. I appreciate everybody that's rocking me from day one. I have clients that have been with me for 3 years now. So yeah, this is my actually next month will be my school anniversary, 3 years. So very excited about that, and it's definitely been a journey. I would say that the industry is not as welcoming as I expected, but there's haters around every corner, no matter which one you turn in, So at the end of the day, you just gotta do you and gotta keep pushing, and I make the best content that I can. And yeah, I love making girls know. Like, I have girls that come in here that just don't feel it, and I love that I can change their perspective on themselves on a day-to-day basis, So, because I know when I have my nails on, I feel like a bad bitch.
Girl, I was just about to say, because listen, I could walk in somewhere looking like a bum. When you get your nails done, you be talking with your hands, period, all of this. Yeah.
Or my client, she always says, I can't leave go arguing with my man. I be like,
Fingers long. That is so funny. I love that. Like you said, you had the organic growth. It's been 3 years. It's been 3 wonderful years, it seems like. So I'm very happy with the success that you built for yourself so far. I know I heard you say something about, the industry not being as welcoming as you would like. Feel like on that, or like, do you feel supported by your peers?
I feel supported by women that get their nails done. You know what I mean? I feel supported by the consumer. I wouldn't say that I feel supported by other people in the industry. There's a couple techs that I do really like, you know what I mean? There's a couple techs that do really support me and stuff like that. I would say, as far as like other people that I feel like that they feel like might be on my level or somewhere near me, you know what I'm saying? I would feel like just to say, come out the fact that they should be throwing shade. I'm personally not that type of person. I let my body do my work myself. You know what I mean? So I wish the best to each and every artist out there. And at the end of the day, this is an industry of multi-billion-dollar a year. You know what I mean? Right. How much nail products and nail things and people that spend money on multi-billion-dollar a year industry, there is more than enough money for all of us. You know what I mean? And to hate on any other woman or any other person in your craft or in your area, I feel like that's wrong.
Because we may be doing the same thing, but we don't do the same thing.
We might be in the same field, but we ain't the same.
Right. You feel me? Like, that's essentially what I'm trying to say. Like you said, there's enough room for everybody. It's really unfortunate. Everybody has to always make everything a competition.
Yes.
It's like, you support me, like, yeah, maybe it's competition in the sense of like, okay, well, I want my customers, you want yours, but people can learn from each other. I'm sure there are girls who can learn from you with the way that them charms be on your nails, girl. Like, but they may be unintentionally like too intimidated, or feel too many ways, or feel like they're in competition with you, to put their pride to the side and ask you, when you have the experience, the education, the rapport to really help them.
Yeah, I feel like, at the end of the day, you've been here, 2 months now? you know already that the city is this fucking small. Okay, it literally is. It looks big. It's this small. Okay, so it takes one person for, and this is something I feel like I've told you too. I consider my home care a safe space. No matter what type of mood issues you have, you can come here, you can cry, you can vent, you can be high, eat snacks. I don't care. You know what I mean? Whatever you need to express to make you feel better, that's important. But what a lot of folks don't understand is that this is a two-sided table. So you might be receiving the input of whatever your client is saying, but you have to be very, very aware that they are also being receptive and saying things that you can now too. You know what I mean? So at that same instance, like if you're venting, you're saying a story, I'm like, hey, do you want my opinion or do you want me to vent? And you just want to vent. Because some people, you know, are telling you a story because they want some input. Some people just want to talk. You know, and with being aware of that, you gotta be aware of what you're saying back to people, right? So if I'm venting about something and you telling me a comment back, if you was talking about another tech, like, and then I go and get my nails done by her, somebody gonna tell her, right?
Right.
So the city this small. So how they be watching what they say to people, we should be doing the same thing because we're offering a service, right? So don't be sitting across your table running your mouth about nobody else. It's just in some background. This is a very, very small city. And I'm somebody that, mind you, I've been living here for 8 years. You know? So with that being said, I wasn't a nobody before I was this. You know? It just solidified me where I was at. I found my niche and I found where I felt like I belonged. You know? But nonetheless, like, I'm not a nobody. So it might have just been a client or whatever, but word of mouth, it gets around and it's always going to come back to me.
Right. It is. Everything that goes around comes around, girl, and that's fact. You know, but personally, I think you're one of the baddest nail techs in the game. Not even Vegas. I'm not just saying that because she's my friend, y'all. I need y'all to look at the work. We're gonna drop the Instagram at the end of this today, and you guys will be able to see Nails by Rozay because it's there. Like, the proof is in the pudding. So I do have one more for you before we go today. You said you've been living here 8 years. I know you came from IE, LA to Vegas. What was that transition like? Miss California, you know, have you had any good or bad experiences while being out here in the dating field? I know you kind of went through some things like with schooling, but tell us about that.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna tell you, so I've always been a miss Roscoe. I'm gonna miss a Newlands plate. I'm gonna miss really good soul food. Please, Vegas, please step it up with your soul food because I'm tired of cooking myself. I would like to go drop my 25 on a plate and just be cool because there's no real good soul food spots out here. So yes, if it comes to like the culture, you know, like I'm always gonna be a LA Black Art period. Point blank in the story. There's no way to take the neighborhood out of me, for sure. So you can't do that. But yeah, I mean, I would say I do miss it when it comes to like family and friends. I do, but when it comes to everything else, no. Vegas is land of opportunities. You know what I mean? As much as you can dream up or desire, you make it happen for yourself. And you just gotta have that will and that power to do it. And don't get me wrong, yes, you can totally do the same things in LA, but people been saying that about LA for at least 50 years now. Like, it is very, very saturated. Like, every single craft or avenue or whatever is extremely saturated. Here we have the space and opportunity to actually create and build ourselves for what we want to be, you know? So that's why I use dancing as a stepping stone to get to where I am now, because I had a vision of where I wanted to go. I knew I wasn't going to be cute and Cinderella. So I used that to get to where I needed to be at. But yeah, I do miss LA. I do miss the culture, I miss my family, I miss my people. But my transition here definitely wasn't easy.
like I said, I'm so proud of your success and like everything you've built for yourself in the past couple years. You know, it's really inspiring to see, because I know it's not easy. I know when you have your whole family like in a different state and you are hopping on a bus with $100 to your name, for me, that would have been overwhelming. Like, you know what? I can't do this. But the fact that you did it, you stuck to it, and here you are now, and it's like, it builds a name for yourself in this city that is the land of opportunity. I think it's just amazing to see. I also really like that you said they've been saying that we can do this in LA for years, when I don't agree. Because people always say, yes, everything you do in Vegas, you can do in LA. But it's not even that it's oversaturated. It's the people out there. It's just different. Like, I came to Vegas and you've introduced me to some amazing people. My other friend has introduced me to some amazing people, and everyone's so helpful. Everyone's so like, hey, you need this? Like, I got you. Let's go do this. Like, sending me information about X, Y, and Z. I feel like in LA they try to gatekeep everything because everything's a fucking competition.
I feel like that has a lot to do also with like your energy, you as a person, and the type of people that your energy brings around you. Like, we should nurse that, because you have a very, very bright aura around you. Like, no matter what, you're always gonna get the next kind of people next to you. So that might be your experiencing, but that's not what everybody else is about. You know what I mean? Like, how LA has that very much so, like, I'm gonna fake it till I make it. Like, here, everybody does that same thing, like giving off this facade. They be trying to, what did I say earlier, trying to keep up with the Joneses. Like, here, girl, there be, I mean, I can say the same thing for LA too. There be people in the club, you know what I mean, spending bands on bottles, and then I'm like, oh, but you live on the east, on the Ellis, like in the city, like you live on Boulder, like big dog, keep it G, you know what I'm saying? Like, I might not have everything, but like I keep my living like very up, you know what I mean? Like, I live in my own house. Like, yes, I have my own car, like I got my own shit figured out, but everybody's standard of life is not the same. So here, everybody else is trying to keep up with the Joneses. I've never seen this many people design. Like, yes, LA people mix and match their designers because they're more trendy. Here, you walk outside, you see a girl, Gucci head to toe, and you be like, bitch, you don't understand, but you still look tacky? Or because
Wait, because I just have to say this. I was at the Dollar Tree like a week ago, girl, and I promise you, this lady had a whole Gucci suit on, and I was like,
Dollar Tree though.
Dollar Tree.
But the funny thing is I be with
so do I. But it was just the way, like, it just seemed like, okay, you know what I'm trying to say? Like,
you know what you call that, baby? You call that? That's called
I guess. I was looking at it and I was like, girl, okay, all right, we all on budget. Inflation is through the roof right now.
because all my money
Butter,
that's okay, because I'm alright. Yeah, they do all that here. Like, you don't really know what it is until the real come out. And that's why, like, you gotta keep your certain distance from certain people up until you. I always say you never know the real person until some real shit really happens. Like, you don't never know what you gon' break in what situation till that situation really come to term. You feel what I'm saying? You don't know who gon' snitch, who gon' tell, who gon' have your secrets, your back, who gon' have your back for real, who gon' hop in front of the bullet, who fading with you till it really happens. Cause I done had friendships for years and years and years, and it really get down to bite the bullet, and I'm like, but you was screaming ride or die this whole time, and some shit really get funky, and you the first one to run. That's crazy, you know?
Yeah, that's
I watch it.
I love you because you said it.
Girl. What's gonna happen sometimes? We be outside, I wish somebody would even look at you. Little eye twitch. What's looking at me?
Girl, y'all, this girl is trained to go. Just know, okay? Well, I thank you so much for coming on the show today. I think we had
for having me. I really enjoyed the experience. Thank you so much.
No, you're welcome. I want you to, is there anything else that you want our viewers to know today? I know we have Nails by Rozay on Instagram.
Yes. My other Instagram is Rozay Rachel Nails right here. Hopefully y'all can see that.
Yes. So make sure you keep up with her. If you guys are in Vegas, please hit us up. We are a vibe. We wish you guys a great time. And other than that, I'll see you guys next Thursday on the next episode of Fem Talk. Bye.
Bye.